Hello, I hope you're all doing well. I'm so excited to jump into one of my favorite things to do is sharing my favorite items for postpartum recovery. And as a postpartum doula for over 13 years, especially just working in the holistic world here in California, I have found that there's tried and true pieces that I will always take into prenatal sessions, showing my mama clients how to use these, whether they are preparing for their birth going down one path, but they want to have different healing elements just in case it goes a different route, which we know birth is wild and beautiful and has so many shapes and colors and textures. So what I really love is empowering with different items so that they feel really cozy, having them all close by for their recovery postpartum. So anyways, I'm so excited to chat with you all. Let's go in depth about these items and let's jump right into it. Forgive the cozy warm light, I guess, if you need to forgive that. It is a very monsoony, rainy day today, so we're just gonna play with the lighting and it is what it is. But I would love to chat with you all more about my favorite items for postpartum. I'll definitely do more and more videos over the months and sharing more about my favorite items, but these are my tried and true. So I'm really excited to just share them all with you. But first things first is I really love a good belly binder. So a belly binder is going to be my go-to because a cotton belly binder fits differently. It's not like the Velcro ones where they can feel very tight and there's sometimes one size fits all. So what I've found is sometimes that depending on the mama's shape, it can sit differently, and some mamas later in their recovery share that they have experienced pelvic floor issues. Maybe the belly binder didn't fit properly. Maybe it was more fitted in between their midsection versus going down on their hips. And what we really need is a tailored fit from underneath your breast all the way underneath your hip bones, essentially, or a little bit below your hip bone. So ideally we want that even support all the way through. And what I found is the Velcro binders sometimes just sit above the hip bone, which they put pressure down on the pelvic floor. And if you have a cesarean incision, they are putting pressure down on that incision. So we don't want that. We want support right on the incision, or if you have had a vaginal birth, supports throughout the entire belly area, so in hip area. So what I really love with cotton belly binders, using the Bengkung belly binder method, which that is a Malaysian method to belly binding the torso. I really love that the cotton one is breathable, so you don't have plastic on you that's really confining heat, and we want natural breathable materials. Also, what I really love is that, again, speaking to what we chatted about a second ago, it's more tailored to your body. So you can get a belly binder, typically the 17 yards of fabric fits 0 to 12 size, and what I think that's US size. But also you can get extended sizes which go even further, which this one, I believe we made this one, I think it goes up to size 24. So what's really cool is that you can kind of play with what fits your body best, and that just gives more material for you to really make it fit well, and that you're not forcing yourself to fit into this material or like a binder that you're kind of scrunching. We want full standing up straight, and we want your torso to be supported all the way from your hip bones upward. So I really love a good fabric belly binder, and the ones that I sell on my shop on Etsy, they're all cotton, highest quality cotton that we can get. And what they are done, or how we make them, is that they're sewn so that they'll last a long time. So the material that you purchase really matters. There's a lot of muslin cottons out there that are very scratchy. Ours are very soft, and they get softer the more you wear them, the more you wash them. So this is one of our belly binders. I have it all wrapped up because it's used very much so over the years, and it's just, the material is gorgeous still to this day. And what I really like to do is sometimes plant dye them. So really great piece, and I hope that you check out my Etsy. I'll put the link down below if you want more information about Bengkung belly binding, and also have a video, so I will put that down below too, so that you can learn how to Bengkung belly bind. If you purchase one of my binders, I do sometimes run really great offers where I will offer a free virtual session with me one-on-one, and we'll do a quick Zoom session to learn how to use your belly binder more tailored to your body. My next favorite tip is having a journal. And before you click off this video and you're like, I don't need to hear about journaling, I'm in postpartum, I'm focused on my baby, I'm not going to be focusing on writing and doing anything like that. Hear me out, because you will probably be up in your phone a lot, and even though you're really focused on your baby, there'll be moments where you're either feeding your baby, you will be trying to rest your mind, trying to rest your body, and the phone will pop out. So what I really love is to switch out from the phone to having a journal and maybe charge your phone farther away. So have your charger farther away so it makes you have to go put it on the charger, which I do myself as a doula. I make sure that there's those moments where I have to go put my phone, go grab it off the charger when I need it. But in the meantime, it has to stay over there. And what's really great is having a great prompt journal. You could have one that already has these kind of prompts on it. This one is great because it will have like a weekly journal prompt to ask you, like, list things that always cheer you up, or list things that you treasure most, or list ways you love to have fun. You could have one of these like this, like a very one, just like a broad general one, or you could have one that's for postpartum, and there's some really great ones that I will definitely link down below that are made for moms. I just grabbed one quickly to kind of give you an idea. But they're really great to kind of get your mind stimulated and focusing on just kind of mapping out dreams and goals that you want to have with your baby, or if you want to write your birth story or your feelings, which are great for empty kind of blank ones too. I really love if you get a good blank journal, you can actually write, like this one is just blank pages. You can draw, you can write something out really quick, just kind of like, you could even do like a little diagram of some stuff that's going on, like a mind map. Or you can write down in a notebook, lined paper, where you can write down your feelings and just do a little prompt like, how am I feeling today? What are my needs today? What do I need to talk to my partner about? How am I feeling about my baby? Oh, it's getting so bright now. This is great. So there's lots of things you can do there. And that's what I really love about having a journal, because again, you can get really wrapped up in your head and what's going on here, but having the pen in your hand and writing down those thoughts from heart to head to hand is so healing. So believe me, even if it's like 4 or 5 words, postpartum brain is real, so don't put that pressure on yourself of being like making all these, long journal prompts, but something very simple and minimal can be so healing. Sometimes I'll just put down words that I'm feeling myself, and those words in the moment are so healing just to get them out. So just give it a second, see how you feel, but maybe have a couple journals around, and it's a very easy pen to write with, something that flows really well so you don't have to put too much effort into it, and just see how you feel. So I'm going to share with you the next piece that I really love. Whether you have a cesarean birth or not, these are really great, but it's great because it has a tool on both sides. So it is essentially a cesarean C-section rock and roller, and it's basically a jade roller, but what I really love is that if you do have an incision, this around 6 weeks can feel really good to helping desensitize that area, and can just feel, it does not pokey or anything. You can just feel really nice and soft and move that area, get some blood flow in your incision area, help break up some scar tissue, but also the jade roller can just feel soft for those first couple weeks. But even if you don't have a cesarean birth and you're like, I just want to have something that feels very calming, grab your jade roller. Grab your jade roller and do a nice little jade roller on your belly, even on your face, on your neck. It can feel so soothing. And I'm such a big believer in just using different minerals and crystals and stones from the earth. So why not use something that feels very calm, very soothing for the body? So check out this great little tool here. I'll put the link down below. Some almost use like a washcloth or different materials. Like maybe you could use something more gentle at first and kind of work yourself up with different textures to kind of get the skin used to all of that movement. But you could also use a tool like this too. Next tip is to invest in a really great Peri bottle. The Peri bottles that you will get at a hospital, or if you're having a home birth and your midwife has already purchased one, or they will have you purchase one based off of a list. They usually give you things to purchase for your postpartum. Usually they look like ketchup bottles, but if you have a really great midwife, they'll probably look like something like this. Hopefully that's what you'll get. But if not, I would encourage you to have at least 2 of these, and they're different because they have an L shape. So the L shape is really powerful because it gets right in there. And what a Peri bottle essentially is, just to kind of back up and explain, it is a bottle that you put warm water, or you can put herbal tea, which I'm going to talk about in a second. And what you do is you use this instead of toilet paper. So you take off the little head and you squirt after you pee and use the restroom, front, back, however you feel you need it. And then you can use a paper towel, or some mamas really love getting washcloths that are dark colored and they're just for this, and they wash them separately, just a dab. So essentially you just use this, and it helps so that you're not rubbing paper or toilet paper in that area and just making you feel really uncomfortable. Especially if you have stitches or anything like that. If you had a tear, this is going to be your best friend. So just, it's worth it. They're only like $5, maybe $9 US dollars. So check these ones out. Again, I have one for water. for most of my mama clients, and then I'll have one for tea. So this one will be their Peri bottle tea, and we'll chat in a second more about Peri bottle teas and how to make sitz baths and Peri bottle teas. But I do love having one that's designated because it's going to change color inside. It's going to get a little grimy because of the herbs, so it's nice to have it, you know, separated. But also what I really love is having multiple in different bathrooms, because you're not going to have to feel like you have to go to that one bathroom, your main bedroom, to use the Peri bottle. So anyways, that's a tip that I really love, is having multiple of these and being mindful that you might want the L shape versus the ones that they'll give you, because usually those look like a ketchup bottle and you have to squeeze them upside down, and then it has to have a certain amount of water to be able to get into that area, and most times it doesn't. So this just makes it so much easier. They're so cheap, they're cute, and a really great baby shower gift. If you're going to gift a friend, why not get a couple of these? I think it's a great baby shower gift because you're actually going to use these, and they're really, really handy. But go back into what we were chatting about in terms of Peri bottle tea. I really love making my own Peri bottle teas with different herbs. I will use different florals, and I can just make a great blend for mamas. And you can check out down below, I'll put information for my favorite herbal blends, and you can find them on my blog. My blog is filled with different articles that you can look on there. But what I really love is that you can purchase these little sachets, and this one's for a sitz bath, and it actually has a little bit of sea salt, a calendula, different herbs in there, and this is from the brand Honey Bee Hippie, which I really love. I am an affiliate of theirs, so I will say that so you don't feel off guard, but I really love their stuff, and they're a local brand. These have a mix of organic herbs like red raspberry leaf, aloe vera leaf, chamomile, yarrow, uva ursa, and calendula, and that is just like perfect blend. I couldn't even make it myself to be this way. They're just perfect. They're perfect little sachets. So I really love that, and they're a great gift to a girlfriend. But that's the blend right there. And then the one that I had earlier has sea salt in it, and this is more for like actually a bath. So I wouldn't use this necessarily for your sitz bath at first, but later on, or a foot bath. So basin, add some sea salt, minerals, whatever, or you can grab one of these and pop this in. It can be a really soothing foot bath to just rest in. So really love these for that. But also what you can do is, if you have one of these sachets and you're like, hey, I've done a sitz bath, which I'll put information down below about sitz baths if you're questioning like, what is a sitz bath, all of that. I'll have videos coming up soon about sitz baths. But this golden little treasure, pop this in a big pot of water, hot water, let it soak. Then you have Peri bottle tea, and what you can do is, instead of doing a sitz bath, if you're not in that place to do one, you can make one of these designated and fill it up with your Peri bottle tea and use this like a sitz bath and just squirt, and you have a great herbal blend that is on your body, dab, and you're good to go. So really love that. You can make your own sitz bath blends. You can make your own Peri bottle teas. I really love having them already put together, and you just pop them in there and get it done. Or you can also make a big blend, freeze it in ice cube trays, and then you can pop those into a warm pot of water, add hot water to kind of dilute them if they're concentrated, and you have a great blend ready to go. So many options. Again, I'll put more information down below. In the future, I'll have a video about how to do your own sitz bath, how to do your own foot bath. We're developing lots of videos, but right now we're gonna keep things simple. Tips: if you want to add that lovely tea blend and make yourself an actual breast soak. Some mamas use these hakas and fill them up with calendula, and they will do actually a soak if they're dealing with plugged ducts. Fill it up with different herbal blends, and you can use this for your breasts to do a great soak. So many ways to use those beautiful herbal blends, but I will say having them handy is always great because you can use them for different reasons. Along the lines with that, so if you're like, hey, Peri bottle tea is beyond me, which I get, and actually I gift a lot of these for my friends for their baby showers, their nesting sessions, their nesting parties, is a Peri bottle mix that's already done for you. Sorry, my dog's little toenails are but a Peri bottle tea blend that's already done for you. Why not? What I would do is I would take this blend and pour it into one of these and get that L shape going still, but you could definitely flip this over and use it as needed. But what I really love is that you can take this blend, and basically it has witch hazel, which is kind of my fave, kind of not. Essentially, you can take this beautiful blend and just use it for so many things. I love that it has high proof spirits in it, which will help just keep it all clean and ready to go, and you can, it preserves for a little longer. There's also lavender essential oils in here. I really love that it's already done for you. This is from the brand Fat in the Moon. Again, I'm affiliate of theirs, so no surprises there because I love their material. I use their deodorant, I use their lotions. My whole body right now is slicked head to toe with all of their goodies because they're a very holistic, very wild crafted brand, which I really appreciate. But everything that they make is from California and Grass Valley, which I'm a Cali girl, so everything I use is, hopefully I try to use everything local as much as possible. So big fan of their blend. So you can make it easy on yourself, you can make it a little more challenging, make your own. It just depends on where you're at, but I think you're gonna love their brand and I hope you check it out. Tip is to invest in a good heat pad. So I'm going to show you a little more up close, but I have different shapes for what mamas need. We have like the simple over the face shape. This one has lavender in it. This one's over the shoulder shape, a really great heat pad with lavender in it. Again, this one is my tried and true. They don't make these anymore, but this is like the heaviest weighted, lovely microwavable one. So this is great for the belly, for the breast. The electric one, so you can use this if you don't have the ability to use microwave. Electric is really nice, but it's not weighted. It's not a moist heat, it's more of a hot heat or a dry heat, so keep that in mind. A really great one from Peri that is a hot water bottle warmer, and this one is great because it's a sheepskin, so it has the healing benefits of the lanolin in the sheepskin, so that's lovely. Lastly, we have these microwavable ones. They go in the freezer too for the breast, and they just protect the nipple, and these are really, really cozy to have around. I have ones that are weighted and they have rice in them, and they're great for the microwave, but I don't have those with me right now. But those would be more my go-to. This would be my second favorite. These are more gel and they're really, really cozy. But not least is belly oil. I love a good belly oil, something that you can use as a great one to massage your belly. Ideally, I really love belly oils made with really great oils, so meaning that it doesn't have a bunch of seed oils and it's just a bunch of random things. I really focus on something that's very high nutrient dense, and this one I really love because it has sweet almond oil as the top one. It has coconut oil, avocado oil, and it just smells so, so lovely. So I will share more about this brand in the future, but this is their belly oil and it's from Pure Mama, and I believe they're in New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand, and they're just doing some beautiful things with their very clean ingredients brand. But I really love that you could take a belly oil like this and use it not only for the belly because it's so nutrient dense, that's why it's called the belly oil, it's just full of so much moisture, but you can use it on the feet, you can use it on the whole body, you can do a nice breast massage. So really just kind of play with a nice belly oil. Whatever you're using during your pregnancy, you can use it during your postpartum. Don't be afraid of using it for two things. But what I really love is to really just get the body moisturized, because you want to moisturize it inside and out. Hydrate with lots of mineral, good spring water, good quality water, but also really just moisturizing the body with some great oils. I'm not a fan of things that people use like Neutrogena or Jergens or all of these different brands out there that are at a drugstore. I really look at the ingredients and think, like, is that actually edible, or is that something that can even come from the earth? And see how you feel about putting that on your body, because your lymph nodes, everything your body is going through so much recovery. You're letting go a lot of toxins, a lot of fluids. And when I say toxins, I know that's such a general thing that can come with a lot of like, I don't like when people say toxins and it makes me feel uncomfy, because I'm like, what are we detoxing? But when I say that, is that there's just a lot of things that your body's still trying to remove. If you had IV fluids, if you had any medications during your birth, all of those things are going to be going through your system. So why not make it easier on your body and have less layered, I would say, chemicals. So let's do more natural things versus chemicals on the skin and let the body naturally recover. So any fun chatting with you all. I know this was a very quick, get to it kind of video, and I really love these, and I hope that this helps you kind of shape your journey of what items you'll want for your recovery. All of these things you could throw literally in a basket by your bedside table, and you can just have it there as you need it. And what I really love is that you can use a lot of these things over and over again. So if this is like you're going to be your second baby, you're planning on having another baby, or if you have a girlfriend that's going to give birth soon and you're like, I'll just give her all the things in the basket, you can reuse a lot of these things. Not saying the Peri bottle, but everything else. If you had extra of like, these little sachets, if you had extra of like the oil, belly oil, or if you wanted to reuse your belly binder, you can use all of those things for friends. And that's my whole goal, is that you're less prone to consumerism and purchasing, and more to how you can reuse these things and give a little bit of that love to your other friends or to your future postpartum. So anyways, I had so much fun hanging out with you all. I'm your postpartum doula. I'm so happy that we can just have these great chats, and in the future we'll have some great videos coming up about Peri bottles and sitz baths, and I can't wait to get to it all. I hope you continue to heal, to nourish, to cocoon, and I'll talk to you soon. That was so fun. Oh my gosh, I love that.